Hi everyone, we're joined by New York Red Bulls midfielder Cam Harper. As always, use the raise hand function. Call and ask Cam a question. First name starts with Mark. Mark, you have the floor.
Cam, congrats on the start of another year with the Red Bulls. Very exciting. How would you grade your performance in week 1 at Cincy?
I thought it was okay. I think I was did my job, but could have been better offensively. I think defensively did my job. Did what I was asked to do, cover a lot of distance, get up and down, support the offense and defense. But week 1, I think as a team and as an individual, I could have done a little bit better. Obviously, we'd like to win the first game, but I think when you have an opportunity to play our second game at home and get back on track, that's the goal.
Next, we go to Joe.
What does 100 appearances mean to you?
Yeah, that was pretty special, especially, the first club I played for, able to have 100 appearances here. I've had a few special years here, and I've created a lot of great connections with the coaches, the players, and so to be a part of a 100 club, a part of any club is big, but to do it where it's one I really enjoy being, and I enjoy being around everyone, it was actually a really special moment for me. So thank you for acknowledging it.
Thanks, good Anthony.
Cam, years past, the team was much younger. Now you've got a lot more experience, European experience around you in particular. How different is it now in training, knowing that you can look over and kind of get such words from some of the star players?
Yeah, I think it's good to always use the resources you have. Being able to speak to Emil and Chupo, Haki, the guys who have been there, done that. They've had the experience in the big games, and so anytime I can get information off them or just pick their brain, it's always good. And then on the field, I think you saw in the first game, Haki was really good defensively, and then Chupo was holding the ball up really well, just showing their quality. And so as they are here for a little bit longer, I think we'll gel better. I think you've seen some moments in the first game, but there was some disconnect maybe. And so, I think as we gel more and more, I think you'll see more quality.
Go to Christian.
Cam, you had a fantastic game, the first game of the season against FC Cincinnati.
Thank you.
But what does the team need to do, or adjustments that the team needs to make to try to get a win 3 points against Nashville for this Saturday?
Yeah, I think you've seen in the Cincy game, it was like a defensive lapse that just kind of, a fluke ball that went over, and you can say maybe the field was a little bit dry. He really knows what happened. But the ball set up really perfectly for the striker. And so obviously we were unfortunate to leave there, no points. But then when you get 0 points from your first game, I think the motivation is like almost you need to win because you don't want to be starting from behind. And anytime we play Nashville, I feel like it's always a really tight game. And so we know we're getting ourselves into, and I think it'll be our first game at the arena since the Columbus game. So I think we can just kind of get right back on track.
Next, go back to Joe.
You were sort of a jack of all trades last season, playing a lot of different roles. Sandro sort of alluded before saying that that's probably the same role that you're going to be in this year. Does having that full year under your belt last season kind of help and get you sort of prepped for this year, understanding that that's where you're going to be?
Yeah, I think every year I've played, I've made a step up in terms of my contributions. My first year, not too much playing time. Second year, came into the team, did better. 2023 was my first year of getting like a good amount of minutes, and then last year I feel like I made another step forward. And I pride myself on being someone who, I think I'm a very skillful player, good physical attributes, but I also feel like a strong point of mine is my mentality, where if the coach asks me to play a position, I'm gonna make sure I play as best I can. I'm gonna do all like the free things well. I'm gonna work as hard as I can. And so whether Sandro sees me as a 10, a wingback, wherever I need to go to help the team win, that's what's best for the team. And so sometimes you have to sacrifice individual stuff for the sake of the team.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Cam. We'll go to George and then Voss.
Oh, I think you're muted.
So you mentioned, sorry, thanks, man.
Yeah.
So they mentioned before about your 100th game, and then you mentioned about talking about the other guys who have been there, done that. You're now kind of a vet on this team, but you've kind of been there in that final. What are you bringing in this year for the younger guys that can maybe, get under your wing, you can maybe take some younger guys under your wing and, kind of show them the ropes? You've been there, done that.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. 23 and I'm a vet. It's crazy. I feel like most other teams I'd be the young guy, but I guess I'm the vet now. I think I've, especially in those last 5-6 games of last year in the playoffs, I think everyone who was a part of that grew, an invaluable amount of experience just on the field, off the field, dealing with the pressures. And now, we do have younger guys who are coming up, Julian, Tanner, Jarvis, Audrey. These are all, young guys who very soon could be playing some minutes in the team. And so I just try to create a really good environment for them. One where they're able to come up and, I like to say that the way I treat them, they see me as someone who, if they need to talk to someone about something, if they need any input, I'm always open. I'm always there to give any advice. And I think just seeing them in training in the preseason, a lot of these kids are going to be ready very soon. And so I try to be someone who pushes them on, but also is also trying to be supportive and trying to help them on their way and on their development, just like how I would have liked, and just how I basically got it here when I was 19, 20. Seeing the older guys, the door was always open for me to chat to them and ask for any advice. So I like to pay it forward, and so if any of the young guys need anything from me, I'm always there.
And we'll finish up with Voss.
How's it going, Cam? Thank you for the time. Congrats first, almost on the 100th appearance.
Thank you.
A part of a very special club. And just wanted to ask you on the opponent on Saturday. A different coach, a little bit of a different look on the side. How do you think you can match up against BJ Callahan's team now that it's, like I said, new coach? And secondly, with this 100th appearance, you mentioned the connection with the team and the coaching staff. But also, I've seen one that you built with the fans. You're very much appreciated within the fan base. They hold you in very high regard. So, how comfortable does that make you, knowing that they kind of have your back and you're able to express yourself a little more on the field?
Yeah, I think so. For the first question, the new coach has brought in some new ideas to Nashville. They play a little bit of a different style and formation, like more of like a 4-2-2-2, and kind of different rotations. And so we've been like reviewing video and all that. But I feel like Nashville is one of those teams where you can plan for them and obviously maybe make a good game plan. But they're also a team who, when it comes to the game day, they're also quite high in their pressure. Always kind of press high up the field, so it's always just going to be a bit of a dogfight. And so we were prepping for them tactically, and we know what we're getting ourselves into, and we want to hopefully welcome them to Red Bull or Sports Illustrated Stadium for the first game and make it difficult for them. And then on the second part, I'm really appreciative of everyone involved at the club, all the fans. Even the backroom staff have always been very supportive and nice to me, and so I like to pay it forward by when they come to watch our games, just the least I can do is leave it all on the field, physically, mentally, emotionally. And so I always feel really grateful after the games when I hear people cheer me on, and even during the games. So it's something I never take for granted, and I'm always very appreciative of everyone involved with the club.
Cam, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah,